Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the world of high-tech hair removal. We're going to break down the biggest names in the game, SHR, IPL, and laser, so you can figure out which one might be the perfect match for you.
So, let's just start with something I think we all get, especially living here in Singapore's humidity. It's that constant, sticky, and frankly, super frustrating battle with unwanted hair. You know the feeling, right? The temporary fixes just never seem to last. And it's not even just about the hair itself, is it? It's all the other stuff that comes with it. We're talking about painful ingrown hairs, that annoying razor burn, and just constant skin irritation. In fact, it can really get you down. One study found that for a whopping 60% of people, dealing with ingrowns actually hurts their self-esteem. But what if you could just step off that treadmill? Today, we're going to decode that whole alphabet soup of modern hair removal: IPL, laser, and SHR. We'll give you a really clear look at these advanced options that promise much longer-lasting, smoother results. Okay, let's get into it. To really understand the difference between these treatments, we kind of need to get into the science of how each of these three technologies actually works to target and remove that unwanted hair. So first up, we have IPL, which stands for Intense Pulsed Light. The easiest way to think about this one is like a really powerful camera flash. It sends out a wide, scattered blast of light in one go. That light gets soaked up by the dark pigment in your hair, which then heats up and damages the follicle. Next up is traditional laser. Now, unlike the scattered flash of IPL, this is all about focus. It uses a single, concentrated beam of light, of literal laser, to zero in on one hair follicle at a time with amazing precision. It puts the heat exactly where it needs to go and nowhere else. And finally, there's SHR, or super hair removal. Now this one, it takes a completely different approach. Instead of one big, high-energy zap, SHR uses lots of gentle, low-energy pulses, but really fast. The machine is always moving over the skin, gradually and gently heating up the follicles. It's a whole different feel. All right, now for the main event. Let's put these three technologies side by side. This is where we see how they really stack up against each other on the things that matter most when you're trying to make a choice. This chart just lays it all out so clearly. I mean, look at the pain level. SHR is described as feeling like a warm massage, while a traditional laser is more like a rubber band snapping against your skin. But honestly, the huge factor for so many people is skin suitability. SHR works safely on pretty much all skin types, including darker and sensitive skin. IPL, on the other hand, is much more limited, and even traditional lasers need a very specific type, like an NDY egg, to be safe on darker skin. Now, this chart is absolutely crucial, especially for us here in Singapore with Asian skin tones. Because our skin naturally has more melanin, not all technology performs equally well. You can see SHR has a fantastic success rate, right up there with specialized lasers. But then you look at traditional IPL, and the success rate plummets. Why? Well, because that scattered light can basically get confused between the pigment in your hair and the pigment in your skin, which can mean a higher risk of burns and, well, just not great results.
Okay, so you've seen the tech, you're thinking about it, maybe you're ready to take the plunge. What does the actual process look like? Let's walk through the whole journey, from what you need to do beforehand to what you can expect after.
So, prepping your skin is absolutely key to getting a safe and effective treatment. First, you've got to stay out of the sun. No tanning for at least 2 weeks. You'll also need to hit pause on any strong skincare, like your retinoids. And this is a big one: no plucking or waxing for about a month before your session. The laser needs to see that follicle to work its magic. A simple shave a day or so before is all you need to do.
Just remember, getting to that perfectly smooth skin is a marathon, not a sprint. You'll actually start seeing a difference right after your first session, as hairs begin to fall out. But the real magic moment is usually after about 3 sessions. That's when you'll notice that any hair growing back is way finer and sparser. And by the end of your full course, you could see up to 90% permanent reduction. After that, it's just an easy little touch-up session every year or so. Aftercare is so important, especially in our climate. Your skin's going to be a little sensitive, so you'll want to slather on some soothing aloe vera gel. For the next couple of days, it's a good idea to skip hot showers, saunas, and super intense workouts. And, of course, the #1 rule: Protect that freshly treated skin with a good high SPF sunscreen. That's non-negotiable.
Okay, so we've covered the tech, the science, and the whole journey. So what's the final verdict? How do you choose? Let's bring it all together. You know, this quote from a customer right here in Singapore really says it all. She was told her skin was too dark at several places. That just highlights how critical it is to match the technology to your skin. For so many people, finding a place with the right equipment can be the difference between total disappointment and finally getting the results you've been hoping for. So after all of this, what's the big takeaway? It's that there is no single best method. There's no one winner. The best technology isn't about what's newest or fanciest. It's about what's the absolute best fit for you, for your skin, your hair, your pain tolerance, and your goals. And that brings us to our final thought for you to take away. As you think about all this, just ask yourself, what matters most to me? Is it a totally pain-free experience? Is it making sure it works effectively and safely on my skin tone? Or is it just getting the fastest results possible? Answering that is what will lead you to your perfect choice. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.